I'd like to welcome all y'all to tonight's meeting. Y'all would stand for a word of prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for everything you do for us. We ask you to guide us tonight in our decision making. Help us do the right thing for the city, Lord. Again, we thank you for everything you do for us. We thank you for our sheriff and our county commissioners and the way the county's starting ahead. We just hope you keep a guiding hand on us, and we look to you in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the consent agenda. Make the motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Yes, Mayor, you're up.
I contacted Mr. Revere over at the high school about the about an agreement that Brent had spoke with us about. Mr. Revere said that we don't have an agreement with the high school, that we've never had one with them. We do with the middle school, of course, but that was through Coach Bonner. So we will, if Brent, could you get with Mr. Revere and with Ms. Register, and y'all just kind of figure out what we need, and they said they'd draft it up.
Well, can't they use, kind of go off the one you already got?
Yeah.
Honestly, as far as I know, we can't find it here at City Hall. Is that what you just said? I'm sorry.
We can't find the old agreement.
It's one with, it's just with the middle school. I saw it before. I may have a copy of it. It's just with the middle school, and it has to do with the changing over of the ball fields from when the middle school used them back to us and the shape.
I think just right now, I think nobody can
Okay,
find.
but there's nothing with the high school, so if you wanted to go ahead and work up something like, you know, that we, because you know what we swap out and stuff with them.
But I like to try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Have the same kind of things.
Awesome. Tomorrow is Tourism Day. Heather Lopez from the TDC is going to be over in Tallahassee, and as I've said before, I'm really happy with the way that they're kind of working to incorporate Vernon in our area and some of their stuff. Mr. Goulding may speak on this, but I had viewed the rough draft of the video that he had done. He had spoke with Miss Tracy, and she did an amazing job. She made us look really good. And then I think he also, I know he tried to get in contact with me, and I've been sick in and out, but he's needing to get a little bit more bites. And so, like, if anyone from the council would like to participate, he would like to have you, you know, and it's not hard. I mean, I do it, it's not hard. I do.
There's nobody making eye contact.
Right through it. Yeah.
Everybody's faithful.
He's also contacted the businesses, and he's going to get some of that in, and then he's still going to work on the thing where he's just going to promote the businesses themselves. I've had a few positive comments about the basketball league, because apparently it made the paper when we had talked about starting a city basketball league, and there's been a couple people that has commented on that. We need to, which I've already spoke with our attorney, but we need to figure out about our election, about calling our election and stuff, because Tracy's not real up on that. But I think she's got some stuff taken care of for us. And then she's added about the radios. That's all I got.
Any questions? Ms. Tina? Yes.
All right, I think on the agenda is approval to advertise for the
Charter revision.
charter revisions, which will, that requires the city to call for a special election. The proposed ordinance incorporates all of the committee's recommendations with my edits to the document, and that's in the packet that I handed out. But we'll also need to add to your agenda tonight, setting a public hearing in order to extend the current terms of the council members, because your election in March should be for your charter amendments. If those don't pass, then you'll need to call a special election to fill the council seats.
We need to set a public hearing for what?
An ordinance to extend the terms of the current council.
Because what she is explaining is that so that there can be election for the charter, and then we would know where we're going from there.
If the charter revisions pass, you'll have an election in the fall, the state and county elections. We've also got the floodplain management ordinance. We need to set a public hearing for that, and I would recommend that we,
So that'd be 15.
No, 16. 15.
I would recommend that we set the first reading of these ordinances for your regular workshop, just set them at 7 o'clock. You go through your first reading and adoption, and then have the second reading at your regular meeting. We will get on a time crunch, especially with the election matters, if we don't get those noticed and heard. I also passed out tonight a proposed ordinance relating to sex offender residency prohibitions. This one's not time sensitive, it's a percent agenda list for the next workshop. For discussion. I believe the county is gonna have a change in attorneys towards the end of the month. Mr. Carter has been sort of most of the county, and he's leaving Buquay, Milton, Vernon, and Mr. Buquay is gonna be taking his place. I've been talking to Mr. Buquay this week about our interlocal for the FEMA guidelines, and an interlocal for code enforcement, which is going to be really important when it comes to actually enforcing our sex offender residency requirements. That's it.
Any questions?
Y'all, you said the election is going to November. Would that save the city money? Could they be put on the same ballot?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
that's
the
a great
reason for
idea.
doing
Whoever
it.
thought that's a good idea. That'll save the city a bunch of money.
And it's even.
That's a good idea.
I just want to make sure that everyone received the email from Ms. Dotson regarding the use of the community center, and that is on the agenda tonight. The auditors will be here this week to finish up our 2016 audit. And I have paperwork from the last meeting regarding the Florida Association of City Clerks. It's also on the agenda. And account number 163, do we have any opinions about that? It was the last one for the Assembly of God Church. They're having issues with the usage.
We got lead columns.
Which church is this one around
Yes, sir,
here?
yes.
They got something going on in there.
Whenever Wesley and Johnny went out, there were no leaks. But there is an issue.
They used a whole lot of water.
Yes, sir. This month was 18,000 gallons. And they're only open on Sundays for one service.
The old meter, new meter.
It's
It's
a
a
new
new
meter.
reading.
It was changed out before.
They're back and running. I'm gonna tell you, if it was mine, I'd have to pay it. Policy.
And everyone got the new phone listings as well. With that, that's all I got.
Mike, fire chief.
We've had 3 fire calls since the last meeting, and just wanted to see about getting the radios being put on for vote tonight.
It's number 13.
Also, the fire department, I don't know if y'all have been told, but our Cascade unit, the county has taken over the maintenance on it,
Right.
so it's not costing us any money to have it maintained. The only thing we have to do is keep the trailer.
That's good.
Appreciate what y'all doing very much. Any questions for them?
We have training going on right now because the holiday has messed this, moved this over. If possible, if you have any questions about the radio thing again, if not, we need to get to the training.
That's fine.
Thank you.
That is fine.
Rhea?
we've had a lot going on last week or so. Meeting with a lot of different people. Met with Hibbett Sports today about some donations. During baseball season, all the bats have been changed this year for baseball, from T-ball to baseball. It's all new bats. So all the bats that we have that we've been using for the last several years, they're no good anymore. All the bats that the kids had last year that they played with are no longer no good. The only bats that are good are softball bats. So with that being said, we're gonna be looking to be spending some money on buying some bats. We can't even afford, the real good ones, but we should be able to afford, some $50 bats, something like that for, I mean, I don't know how you guys want to approach it. I mean, one bat's gonna be kind of short, you're gonna need kind of need two different sizes, for each team. And it's gonna add up a little bit depending on how many teams we get, especially like T-ball. You usually have 3 or 4 teams. But that's gonna be one issue this year that we're gonna come across is that all the bats have been changed. So I've been talking with Hibbett. I got a meeting with Dick's coming up in like 2 weeks. Trying to get some donations from them. Hibbett's was kind of a lost cause. It still works. Their attitude just wasn't too good. Yesterday I had a meeting with Buffalo Rock. They're going to be working up a contract for us, and I'll present it to y'all. Should have it sometime middle of next week. Looking at 4 new scoreboards for the 4 new scoreboards to the rec complex. We're going to have 2 options. You're going to have the kind of what's up now with the Pepsi logo, or we're going to be able to go with option B, Pepsi logo and a 2x2 advertisement on the left side for the sponsorship. And they recommended, like, if we went that route, we can recruit $2,000 a year, because they go for about $500 a year.
That's good.
It's a contract. If that business no longer wants to be a part of it, or whatever, you just unscrew it, put up a blank, or find a new contract or a new sponsor. If we get a sponsor that's good hard, and 5, 6, 7 years down the road, they're still gonna die hard, and that sign starts cracking, fading, or whatever, they'll replace the sign. They'll charge it all. All those scoreboards are going to be new technology, wireless.
That's good.
There's not going to be no underground wire. All you're going to have is your electrical power. That's going to be there. Going to be also in the contract. We're going to be having one also at Shady Grove. There is no scoreboard at all there, so we're getting one installed there. Same kind of same deal. We can go A or B option. Gonna have the sportsplex. We got a single door and a double door. We're gonna remove both of them from the complex and get 2 new double doors. Because the ones that are there are getting old, kind of outdated. The lighting works in it and stuff like that. So they're gonna give us some new ones, 2 double doors. That's Buffalo Rock. Any questions? Kind of look around. Okay.
I have a question. What are you gonna do with the old bats?
Old bats, to be honest with you, man, you can't use them no more. It don't matter what league it is.
But if it's not for a league, you give them like to neighborhoods or children or donated somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You're not gonna be able to compete with them anymore. In any type of,
But they're usable for.
yeah, you can give them to a church. You can give them to a church and they can throw out back.
Yeah.
Do whatever we want. We probably got about 15 bats that are no longer going to be good. That we've had. So. I was just having questions because I got a lot to say, not really, But so, any other questions on that? On the first 2 topics? All right. So she just brought it up. I'll skip a little bit around. Been asked by some of the city employees that possibly can their children that are city employees that employ with Vernon, their children be their registration fees be waived or like heavily discounted. I've been asked to mention that for y'all.
I didn't ask it.
Oh,
I didn't see anything. So that's that's all.
I don't
That's
think
up to you
they're
guys. It's been asked.
Not with the
I'm
citizens
doing my
of
job.
Vernon, if they
Um,
don't care about it.
We had a rec meeting last week. I asked, I was trying to be public as I could about it, on Facebook and word of mouth. If you want to be a part of the board and let's try to change this program, please come to the meeting. I had 5 people come. I had Matt Gothard had shown interest.
Good fellow.
Miss Brewer, Vernon, she showed interest. She came to the meeting. We even had Eddie Goff. He came to the meeting. Had another person that came to the meeting. I mentioned no names, but that name's not going to be brought up. Had no strong blame.
Well, look at that, y'all at the board needs to bring the names to us and we'll vote on it.
Is it a workshop? No,
Yeah.
That's right. That's not good. I know you can't know about it now.
Right.
I'll bring all the names to you at the workshop. One thing that I like to try to get, it's so haywire up there. I asked Tracy to try to give me kind of a detailed budget. I need to try to get a budget so I know what I got to work with.
Okay.
It's so hard to work with what she's been able to find. I want to follow it, to the T. What I can spend here, what I can't spend there. That's all going to come back to the bat purchase and stuff like that. I want to know where I can go on that for you.
Okay.
Especially for balls, we're going to have to get pretty good at softballs, but baseball, we're going to have to get a bunch of balls, baseball. So I would like to get a better detail. I don't know. From what I understand, she's searched and looked, and she's kind of scratching her head. She don't really know where to go to on it. So I don't know if anybody can help.
With what I have.
We'll figure it out.
We're trying to figure out. It's going to have to be quick.
Okay.
I got a February 3rd. We got a state meeting in Lake City. I'll be attending for Dixie. For baseball and softball. I believe that's going to be it for me wrapping up. Any questions?
No, I tell you, I appreciate what you've already done. You've already accomplished more than the last 3 have. I appreciate it very much.
Hopefully I can get that bid. Oh, yeah, well, I say bid. I'm going to see about trying to next week or 2 drawing up some bids to get the field fixed.
I'll just come over any evening or whatever, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, or one evening, I'll work with you on that.
How exactly bids go? They go into the newspaper and stuff like that? Is that an attorney write that up, or would it be a clerk that writes up that type of bid?
We can write it
Or we
up.
just need to write it out, this is what we need done, this is what needs to be done?
What's wrong with the field?
I'm sorry?
What's wrong
This
with
is for the new grant.
This is a new grant. We're gonna do sidewalks all the way from the handicap park, all the way out to the middle of the complex, wrapping all the way around, connecting all the bathrooms. And we're putting new kids gymnasium in there on the between the softball and the coach pitch field, and the new little kids playground there. And we're putting a new pole barn out there in center field behind the existing playground. Redoing some of the lights and bathrooms at the complex, and new lighting at the fields. Going to switching from mercury vapor, whatever they are, halon, to LED lights. So in the next week or 2, I'd like to try to get that out for.
Between the 2 of us, we can write most of it. It's pretty simple. we'll contact Musco, the one that designed the lights. They'll tell us what to do on that before you hold on it. We can write the specs on that. Sidewalks, I've got all the ADA specs we did at work. I've got all the ADA specs on the parking lot. Part of all that.
Yeah, a lot of the parking lot, that's one thing you just got.
I'll try to get with the warden this week and see, go ahead and see if we can line up, if we can get a crew. Very skeptical about that because we're still so short-handed. Anybody got any questions for Brent? Ron?
Oh, we got the belt press working, it's going along. Around here on Cook Circle, y'all grandfathers in them camper trailers? On Cook Circle there, them 2 camper trailers? Another guy bought it. He's wanting to know if he can pull one of them out and put another camper trailer in.
And once he pulls it out, it's done.
Nah, I was pretty sure. I told him that's how it was.
Yeah, once he pulls it, it's done.
All right. I'll let him know. That's all I got going on.
Anybody got any questions for Ron? Public participation. Ms. Ron?
Today at my HCE club, which is Home Community Education, we had some people come and talk to us about the Green Dot program that's going on at our high school. It started at Vernon High School a couple of years ago and is now expanded to Chipley High School. And they're hoping to expand it into Holmes County. The Green Dot program is a violence prevention program. That's mostly going on in the schools, but it's something that can really work for adults too. The Air Force throughout the entire United States has also adopted this program. I'm not asking the city to adopt the program to give you details, but I have 3 nice posters that were given to us today, and I'd like to ask the council if it's okay to either post these posters in City Hall or in the hallways so that people can see them and start asking questions about them, maybe hopefully asking high school kids about this program. So that's my question, you guys decide that, and then I'll give them.
You may want to put one in the community center too.
Well, y'all can do what you want to, and then I can get more posters if anybody wants them for anywhere.
Don't you were gonna post them, you took them up there and laid them down.
She's a
She
delegator.
posted it right here.
Please, I was a teacher.
Anybody else close participation? You're up.
I am.
You're up.
All I got is on Cook Circle, we're gonna try
That's what we want
to, schedule again to try to video this Friday, pending weather and snow and hail and all that. So we're gonna try, what it is such a small amount. The company just wants to come on Fridays, and last Friday, of course, we had a storm coming through. And we're gonna try again this Friday to hit it, so hopefully we'll get Friday morning.
What's your opinion on what the problem is?
One, I'm not real sure of the whole thing. It looks like up under that culvert, the cross drain there may be a little problem there.
At the bridge?
At the bridge, yeah, through those 3 culverts. The way we came back down and with the contract, of course Bulldog wasn't with us that day, we did that. We kind of flushed them out with a fire hydrant, had the hose and all out there. And it flowed through pretty good, but then it's still bottlenecks in there. That's why we want to get that whole area video. And of course, SRF, they agreed to, to do that. And it's been obligated and everything. We've just been trying to get the schedule in there to do that with the Christmas and the cold and all of that. It's just been a little difficult. So, like I say, last word I got today was, well, we're going to attempt it Friday morning. And as soon as I find out, I'll email Tracy exactly what time, 7 or 8 or 9.
That is the problem there, what will happen.
We just gotta look at it and see, Gary. It's, you're playing a what-if game now. What if the problem? What kind of problem is it? What will we do? And all. We just have to look and see once we get it. I'd rather not speculate too far in advance.
We don't want the cost is all on y'all. It's not on,
What now?
this not costing the city anything. This repair.
Well, now, the line that was coming down from Cook Circle was not shown on any of the drawings that was provided by the city.
Still, but if it's wrong under that bridge, y'all are the ones that put that line in.
We didn't put that line under that bridge.
Oh, yes, y'all.
You know, we stopped short of it. The line was
Three
not-
culverts?
The line was not,
Scott said y'all put a line in right there under that culvert. That's what Scott told me.
no, we went up to the cover and stopped. You go out and look at the pavement. You go out and look
If
at,
that's the problem, I mean, that's still an engineering problem, not ours.
the line coming down from Cook Circle was not shown on any of the existing drawings that the city provided for us. It was not picked up in the field, and the survey was not indicated. So nobody even knew where it was tied in at. It was like after the lines were installed, the new lines, it was, Board Dog probably hit that like 2 months before it was discovered that those lines were tied in there. And that's when we went back and tied back up to almost the bridge. We went up to that area and we stopped right there.
We're talking, which bridge you talking about?
Where the cover is. There's three covers up under there, not a bridge, it's actually 3 covers. We didn't go up under those covers. You go out and look at the paving, I mean, you can go look at paving and tell it hadn't been torn up or replaced.
No, the three culverts, yeah.
We've never had a problem before, we've done what we've done.
We had to make a smaller size culverts. That's why there's 3 instead of 2, so it'd give you clearance for the new line that's put in there. I know for a fact they were.
Yeah, they're kind of like arch pipe.
Exactly. They're octagon culverts because we had to make a smaller culvert to clear the new pipe that y'all putting in for the grade for Nolan Baker.
That wasn't under this past project.
It was the original project in 2014, whenever the flood come through, it washed out. At that time, they come back and put the pipe in with the elliptical culverts because the round culverts would not make clearance for their pipe because to make grade, because they were worried about not having enough fallback in the sewer plant.
Right.
So they put the elliptical culverts in, the small elliptical culverts to allow the grade to allow to have clearance over their pipe. But I know for a fact that I know without a fact that was put in there.
Okay, we're talking about 2 different projects. You're talking about one in 14, I'm talking about one we just finished.
Well,
Yeah, but
it was the same.
They were tied together.
Yeah, it was the same.
They were tied together.
Yeah, I don't know about what happened in 14.
I mean, I can tell you, it's both of them by the same engineer.
I guarantee you Scott knows, but me and him talked about it. Whatever that issue is, it's got to be resolved. We can't keep saying no wrong on them down there, to snake it out all the time. It needs to be resolved. Anybody got any questions, Mr. Bobby? But we appreciate it, soon we can get it resolved. New business. Motion to approve hiring Tracy Walker as the city clerk. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve hiring Ms. Christina Barnett as deputy clerk. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve adjustment report for December. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve change in deposit report for December. Discussion? All in favor? Motion to approve adjustment to account 197 for $20.17. Motion approved. Second? All in favor? Motion to approve adjustment to account 361 for 105.
Make a motion to approve.
All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve adjustment to account 114 for 19307. All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve use community center on 3/10/18 for a gospel singing at no charge. Motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Discussion. Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve payment of 50 hours vacation time to Wesley Baloo.
Make a motion to approve.
Discussion. All in favor? Motion to approve advertisement of the charter revisions.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve membership to the Florida Association of City Clerks.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Motion to table internet proposal from Mr. Travis Hall.
Second.
Table or approve?
I'm sorry. I make a motion we table.
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve buying 5 radios for the fire department for $18.25.
Make a motion to approve.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Item 14, set a public hearing for ordinance to extend terms for present council.
I second.
We need to set in the motion, set the day and time.
For the hearing.
What day and what time? Time will be 7 o'clock.
February 5th.
Need a motion to set a public hearing for ordinance to extend terms for present council. Be done on February 5th at 7 o'clock.
I second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. And 15, set a public hearing for floodplain ordinance on February 5th at 7 o'clock.
Make a motion to approve.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody got anything else?
Do you want to vote on the pay for your clerk and deputy clerk? As part of that?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Y'all surprising me. Y'all sit one on. What do we need to do?
Set.
The hourly wage for the clerk and the assistant clerk.
What is the offer? Clerk. Hourly rate. Hello? What's
You
you?
can go 11 if you want, I won't complain.
What about you? Clerk.
She left at 1687.
I think it was the day.
Should have been.
Most question I got with that?
1586 is what she should have left at.
How much?
1586. My suggestion on this is the fact that we need to be competitive with our salaries so that we can keep people in the office. We don't want to start out so high that they, that we can't, bump them up, but we want to be able to keep them.
With the 1050 would be during the probationary period, wouldn't
That's up to your discretion.
Family Dollar in Marion is starting at $11.25, just to shuffle boxes.
So if you start at $10.50 for an assistant clerk for a 90-day probationary period, then you can go from there.
I think we should do it before probationary period.
Do both of them, for leave them right there for probationary
Yes.
period?
For probationary.
That gives time to think about it anyway. Number 16. Salary for the assistant clerk set at $10.50 for a 90-day probationary period. Motion to approve. I'd like to motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Motion for the clerk, $15.86 for a 90-day probationary period. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Any more surprises?
So I did want to introduce Johnny Green. She's been attending with me for a couple of weeks, and she's going to start full-time.
Okay.
Working with me. So hopefully I'll get to know Johnny soon, and we'll definitely be fun.
We're glad to have you aboard helping. Mr. Dooley, you got anything?
It's interesting, you just started having an email issue with your current server. I've been working with Tracy today we've got her access to at least her email address. The question doesn't have to be answered tonight, but you've got 10 or 11 email addresses associated with the website for the city. I know that the Historical Society has 2 of them. Fire Department, he doesn't use his, or it's actually forwarded to a Yahoo or a Gmail account. Bottom line is that what we're proposing to do is to put you in a secure email server, and that comes with 3 email addresses. One question I'd have, and again, you don't have to answer it tonight, but do you need emails for each of those? The Historical Society, are you obligated to provide theirs? For a while, when we were administering their site, I know we were providing their emails for them, and then they went to you. So again, that's something you need to decide. Typically, when you buy the account that you're going to use for the email, you go ahead and buy enough email addresses to service what you're going to do. Second part of that is that we are getting ready to basically, we're building a site for the city, and we'll continue to use the old site until we're ready to swap it over. Same with the email addresses. Over the next few weeks, Tracy will be telling all your vendors and anybody else that she does business with that as of some date that we'll set arbitrarily, please start replying to this other email address, because your email, bottom line, what the problem is we can't get access to vernonfl.com. I don't know who controls that. But what it looks like we can do is when we set up the second site and we're able to discontinue the first one, at that time we can redirect. So people who are going to vernonfl.com now ultimately will still be able to get to your website, but there's going to be a period there during the swap over. Secondly, we don't really feel that vernonfl.com says anything to the public. It needs to be vernonflorida.net or .com or something. That's our suggestion to you. Own Florida. Whenever you abbreviate, I mean, it might be kind of spiffy, it might be cool, you might be trying to make it a little bit upbeat, but I mean, at the end of the day, people don't know what that FL means necessarily. If people are looking for Vernon, Florida, your website should be Vernon, Florida. That's our suggestion. But I guess the message overall is that we are making progress and that we will have just a little bit of heartburn. It's happening at a good time because Tracy's already having heartburn with the email, so it's a good time to have been making that swap over. Yeah. As Ms. Mayor pointed out, we have done the first draft of clip 1 of what will be probably 20 or 30 or 50 clips over time. That one not only features your clerk, but also Brian Revere and Byron Bill and your fire chief, Mike Owens. They all did a great job. We've got Trey and our superintendent of schools, Joe Taylor, and others who are going to participate, as well as the other 2 principals. So over time, I think this is going to be good stuff. Tracy has the link to it. Over time, I'd like to get everybody's email address so that I can send you these kinds of updates directly. I don't know about how that potentially violates sunshine. I guess as long as you're not interacting with each other, you're okay. But I'll look to you for direction and your attorney. Can I send everybody on the council?
Yes, you can share information with everybody, but you can't ask them questions that they would need to
Comment
back. They can reply
That's fine.
to you, but not to one another. Not only caution about the emails is that they need to be in a form that the city has control over and complete access to for the purpose of responding to public records requests. And right now, there are a couple of email addresses that go to the free providers like Gmail or Yahoo. If the city's going to utilize an email address for city business, for anyone, council, the rec department, the historical society, any of that, that needs to be in the city's domain and control. It's like you get a request for emails that went to a Gmail account that the mayor used 2 years ago, but you don't have access to it, you can't produce those records, that's a violation of chapter 119.
Let me ask you a question, Michelle, about the mechanics of that. I think Mike Owens in particular, and he's a good example, we're actually not we, whoever was administering the email up till now, has forwarded the volunteer, Vernon VVF, whatever it is, at vernonfl.com to either Gmail or that part of it is okay because you've still got anything that's incoming is going to go to what is on the city server. But when he replies, that's where the issue is, I'm presuming.
Right.
So it's going to be up to you to tell your department heads and historical that they actually have to go to their email through an Outlook account or through some other mechanism so that they're directly going into the city server. And I can help, I can work with Tracy on that to try to make that easier, but I think you're going to find that you're going to have some resistance to that, so that's going to be your issue. But yeah, we'll be sensitive to that, that you have to have that in place. And again, we worked with Michelle on her business as far as the email, so we're aware of what has to be done. But again, we can only do up to your front door, and then after that, it's your people that are going to have to abide by those tenets.
All right, we don't have anything else. Motion to adjourn.
We'll make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Aye.